Welcome back from the ad break. As mentioned, we are doing the business strategies and we are focusing on the application questions of these business strategies. It says here, our question says, read the scenario below and answer the question that follow, or the questions that follow. Right, we've got less property developers, which is LPD. LPD implemented different types of business strategies that need to be evaluated. LPD assessed the underlying basis of the business strategy. They also took corrective action so that deviations from the standards may be corrected. Specific dates were set by LPD for control and follow-up. So this is what LPD has done in their business. Right, let's read the questions. It says here, quote 3 steps in strategy evaluation applied by LPD. I'll always emphasize this when they say quote. Like here, the question says quote 3 steps. What does quote mean? Quote, it means you are taking the answer from where? From the scenario. The answers are here in the scenario, right? How many? What are you quoting? It says here, quote 3 steps. Let's erase this. Right. It says quote 3 steps in strategy evaluation applied. Remember, what is strategy evaluation, or when do we evaluate the strategy? Remember, we came up with the strategy, so now we need to evaluate it. When we evaluate the strategy, what are we doing? We are basically checking the advantages and the disadvantages of the strategy. We are checking if the strategy that we have, like that we chose or that we came up with, has resolved the challenge or the problem that we had initially as a business. So now, code 3 steps in the strategy evaluation. Take it word for word. The second question says, explain other steps in strategy evaluation that could be applied by LPD. Other steps. What does other mean? Other, it means other than the 3 that has been identified here. So here you're going to identify 3, but here it says explain other steps in the strategy evaluation that could be applied. Right. I'm thinking you've already spotted your 3 steps in evaluating the strategy from the scenario that we've just read. Yes, thank you. You are such brilliant learners. Right, let's start here by quoting. The first one, it says, LPD assessed the underlying basis of the business strategy. Let's see if we can find it from our scenario. Here it is. LPD assessed the underlying basis of the business strategy. I'm sure you can see it's the same. Nothing has been changed. Nothing was taken out. Nothing was added. That is the first. Don't forget, they asked for 3 steps. The second one is they also took corrective action so that deviations from the standards may be corrected. Let's find it in our scenario. They also took corrective actions so that deviations from the standards may be corrected. Again, I hope you can see word for word, nothing has been changed, nothing was removed, as is. Right, don't forget, they asked for 3 steps. Right, specific dates were set by LPD for control and follow-up. Here it is, specific dates as is. So this is what they've done. These are the steps in the strategy evaluation. It's applied by an LPD. So remember, with evaluating a strategy, we do it after the strategy. We want to see if the strategy that we came up with has solved the challenge that we have as a business. All right. The next question, it says, explain other steps. Don't forget, other is very important. Explain other steps in strategy evaluation that could be applied by LPD. What does the word other mean? It means other than the 3 that we've identified above, basically. So give us other steps. So explain other steps. Right, let's see. Right, look forward and backwards into the implementation process. That's what needs to be done. Right, the second step, Compare the expected results in order to determine the reasons for deviations and analyze these reasons. Remember, when you came up or when you devised the strategy, you had something like you knew the goal, or you came up with like you've anticipated that this is what I want to achieve, or this is what we want to achieve as a business. So we're expecting to achieve these results. So now what's going to happen is we're not going to always get what we had anticipated or what we want. So now we need to compare the expected results in order to determine the reasons for deviation, so that we can see, okay, where did we go wrong? This is what we wanted to achieve, but still we're still finding ourselves still facing the same problems or the same challenges even after we have implemented our strategy. Right, let's move on. You need to draw up the advantages and disadvantages of a strategy. So with our chosen strategy, what are the benefits of the strategy and what are the challenges of the strategy, so that we can know if our strategy is worth going with or going for. Right. Decide on the desired outcome. Consider the impact. Remember, impact is what? It's the positives and the negatives. Consider the impact of the strategic implementation in the internal and external environments of the business. So what are the impact of this implementation or implemented strategy inside and also outside the business? Then we need to decide on the desired outcome as envisaged when strategies were implemented. Right, so we've come to the end of our application questions. So we started with the strategic management process, and then we went to the steps in the strategic evaluation. So now we're going to go to a quick break, and then when we come back, we will continue with our business strategies or the lesson. I'll see you just after the break.